Hello, creative friends. I am in the middle of preparing for a holiday market. This is actually a market that was not supposed to be holiday. It was supposed to be in September, but there was a hurricane and it got postponed till mid-October. So a little early for holiday season, but I'm making the most of it. In any case, I'm very busy making inventory. And if you run a creative business like I do, you may be in the same boat. So what I'm showing you today is how I make art kits. I wanted to make an art kit for my business because I was a very creative child and art kits were a big part of that. I tried to do every hobby imaginable. I did dance, I did soccer or baseball, I think I even tried karate, and I did like 1 to 2 lessons of each of those things. The only thing that ever really stuck was I was an art kid. And so luckily that meant I got to go to art camp once, which was really fun. But mostly that consisted of doing little kits and activities. And I wanted to create one for my business when I started making art products because I saw a few others. Well, I saw some in shops that I thought, I could probably do a version of that with my art. But I also wanted to make one that wasn't just for kids. In fact, I would say that this kit is sort of probably, 10 10 years and up, maybe would be where I'd place it because my kit is a watercolor painting kit. So today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I put in the kit. I'm not going to make one in front of you because I kind of have done most of the steps recently for my inventory update, but I will show you each of the pieces and tell you why I made each decision so that if you want to make them, go for it. I don't own this idea, or if I do, you can have it too. I think it's fun and you can put your own spin on it and make it however you like. So without any more ado, with no further ado, here is the kit. It does have a price tag on it that's kind of washed out because I did a show that got very humid at the end. It was outdoors, so I have to put a new price tag on. But I sell these for $25 currently. Sometimes I adjust my prices based on materials and such, but this is what it looks like. It is a little plastic sleeve, and on the back you can see the things that come inside. I have all the materials over here to show you bit by bit. But basically, it's very easy to sell and pack. It's a little lumpy because of the brushes and things in it, but it's a pretty compact little kit. And I've sold out of these a bunch of times at events, so I know people like them. And I've also had some people show me the finished paintings that their kids have done or that they have done. And it's just really touching. So let me talk you through what actually goes into making this. I'll read you the inventory list from the front title page, whatever the front of this is. The kit contains 4 painting templates, 2 blank practice paper sheets, 2 paintbrushes, 1 watercolor paint swatch, and 1 painting tips guide. So as you can see on the front of this kit, these are the 4 pictures that you can create inside of it. Now, I struggled with this idea when I was first creating this is, do I include step-by-step watercolor instructions, like showing them how to, like, first you do this layer, then you do that, or do I just provide broader instructions that are about here's how to just do watercolor painting in general, here's the materials, have fun, you can use these pictures as reference. I chose the second one because it was not only that it was a little easier on me, that's not really a good reason to do it because you're only doing this designing process once. So it's not that that's hard, but I just decided that I think as a kid, I would prefer more open-ended instructions. I was never about recreating the picture on the box perfectly. I was about figuring it out to the best of my ability, but making sure there was room for my creativity. And I wanted to leave room for people's creativity in this kit. So the 4 pictures on this title page, that is where they can look for references to how I painted these designs, but they don't have to follow it exactly. However, all of the colors that I used are the ones that I included in this kit. So it's entirely possible to recreate them color accurately. So let's see what's inside, and I will show you the pieces. So first thing is the paint swatch. This is, I think, the thing people ask about the most. So I made this, it's pretty DIY. This is a very thick acrylic painting. What did I actually use for this? It's paper as the backing, but it's like board paper. I would just use any kind of extremely heavy cardstock or something. I bought this in a big pack of, it's like 11 by 14 inch paper from the paint store. It was meant for like heavy body acrylic painting on. So anyway, it's just a thick paper. And I drew on the grid, wrote the name of each paint on here. I'm trying to show you a close-up. Sorry, I keep waving this around. I'll show you a close-up in another clip as well. And then I put a dollop of the liquid watercolor paint and let this dry, and now they're totally dry. So this is actually the palette that they can work on and add water to, and there's instructions that talk about how to do that for the kit, and you can work right on this. I think this works out really well. There's actually quite a lot of paint. I've been very generous with it. But in terms of cost effectiveness, I didn't make these paints from like pigment and resin. These are just tubes of paint from the store. I just bought them a large quantity of the required paints using coupons. And when you make these up and divide out the price, it was extremely affordable. So this was not, for some reason, initially I thought maybe this would be a cost prohibitive aspect of the kit, but no, this was not very expensive to create. I believe all the materials, not counting my time or my labor in creating this, the kit is about $5 to make, just costing out, buying in bulk and things like that. So again, like pretty good margins. It does have to factor in my time creating all this art and the many steps into making the kit, but I think it's kind of fun. Okay, so that's number one. I also include brushes. I've tried a lot of different brushes to figure out what I wanted to include that were sort of a student-friendly level, not too expensive, but also not really bad quality. And I found this big pack. These actually are just from Amazon. There was like 30 of 2 different styles of brushes in this pack, and I like them. I painted with them a fair bit. I'll just show you the 2 kinds. There's a flat square brush and then a thinner line brush. So 2 fairly useful brushes for beginner watercolors and for these particular drawings. So I just include 2 paintbrushes per kit. And like I said, I got them in a big bulk pack. I will link this exact one in the video description if you wanted to follow my steps precisely. And then in terms of packaging, I got, wait, where is it? Oh, I have these clear plastic sleeves that I use for other products I sell, and they actually fit the, or maybe it's not this exact one. It doesn't quite fit. I have a different plastic sleeve that is a right measurement. I put the paint palette and the brushes in this and seal it within the kit, just so that if the pigments rub against anything, they're not getting on the papers inside the kit. So I make this little bundle, and this goes inside all the art kits. In terms of everything else that is in here, it's just stuff that I am basically able to produce on my printer. So first I'll show you the watercolor paper, and then I'll show you the instructions. There are 6 sheets of watercolor paper in here total. I just buy them in bulk, tear them off and put them in the kit. And this, I believe, is 7 by 10 inch paper, and it can be whatever size you like. So I do include 2 blank sheets. You don't have to do this. I just thought it was nice because some people will want to practice before they use the outline, the templates, and other people will just want to have space to do their own drawings. So include 2 blank sheets of watercolor paper, and then the 4 drawings, they are, maybe you can see, they're just like line art for the drawings I did. So the way that I produced these, I think it was pretty clever. So first of all, I did the sketch for the watercolor painting, then I scanned it, put it in Procreate, and made a Procreate sketch version of it. And I did that using a pencil brush in Procreate, like just like a regular pencil texture. And I used a medium gray color. I didn't use black. Then I exported that and I printed this on watercolor paper in my printer. So I put these exact sheets in my printer, sized it on the settings of my printer, and then fed it through, and it printed, and this is what they look like. I have tested these. The water from the watercolor does not make this ink run. So definitely test that when you're making these prototypes. And then I was able to take my line art and do the actual painting that you see in these. And these are just scans of the finished product that I put into Canva to design this overall thing. And actually I sold some of these originals once they were painted. So that's been nice to see it all support my business. Yeah, so that's what these designs are, and there's 4 of them, and these are diverse. You could do like a theme. The theme of this one is cute stuff. Like there's like a strawberry house, a frog, some little bears, and a cute cat in a field. So they're just really charming and representative of my general art style. But yeah, really easy. Just put these through the printer, and that is how I got the line art made. The only other real thing inside, so this is all packaged in just the same sleeves that I actually use for my art prints because I just had them on hand. So this is just the title page. So like I said, it's just a single sheet, one-sided with the images on it. And then I have my instruction booklet. So I'm not going to show you, like, walk you through this entirely because this is kind of my hard work. This is the part that I had to think really hard on. But there's sort of a letter from me at the beginning that explains what's in the kit and what it's all for and sort of how to do it. Then I have, it's 2 pages double-sided stapled together. Then I have tips on using watercolors, basic techniques to try, how to use materials. Then I have a frequently asked questions about like, my painting is wrinkly after I finished. How do I make it flat? Or how do I make the colors darker or lighter? Just basic watercolor stuff that you just wouldn't know if you were a kid or had never tried it before. And then at the back, I did a color mixing guide just to help with color theory. And that's stapled and that goes inside the kit. That's it. That's all that's in there. But I think this is everything you need to have a fun painting afternoon. Let me dig this out so I can hold it up again. And I think people have really liked it. So that's kind of a simple product in terms of once it's finished and fully realized, it's not too difficult to mass produce these, but it does take a little bit of upfront time to create the designs and then to source the materials, figure out your way to do it, and then also write the little guide that goes in it. You can see now that I've shown you all this, I could include the sort of step-by-step, here's how I paint every phase of the painting, but I just don't really think it's necessary. But that would just be a different style of kit, which is totally fine. So I have a bunch of these made for my market this weekend. I don't know what to expect. I'm not doing a lot of holiday markets this year. Last year I did every single weekend and it was not the most fun for me. So hopefully I have some left over after and I'll put them in my online store. You can check that out. There's links and stuff in my video description if you're curious about my products and which ones I have on my online store right now. Okay, I hope that was inspirational. I know when I was trying to make art kits, I didn't find any resources or videos telling me how to do this. Like I said, I saw things in stores that gave me inspiration for this, but I mean, I'm not inventing the wheel here. So you're welcome to use this style. And you can also, other ideas I had, if you wanted to do variations of this, you could always bulk order small painting palettes or kits. You don't have to do the swatch pad. That is extra time on my end to create those. You could save time by sourcing beginner-friendly watercolor painting palettes or something like that you could incorporate. You don't have to make it all from scratch the way I did it. And of course, you could include more drawings or less. You could always do like a monochrome. You could do a very pared down version that was just like a monochrome 1 or 2 color swatches and then like one piece that's more complex to fill in. That would be a more affordable art kit to create. I don't know, lots of ideas and I'm still experimenting with it as well. But that's what I'm doing. Hope you found that helpful. If you are looking for more ideas for products for your creative business, I have lots of videos on that. I also do videos about like markets and running my creative life and vlog stuff. So if you like that, please do subscribe. Check out my other stuff. If you have any questions also, leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them for you. Good luck with your market prep. If you are doing the same thing as I am, I have to stop procrastinating now and go back to folding greeting cards. So, all right, have a good one. Bye.